Today we shine the spotlight on the city's Department of Transport following a recent engagement with MMC Funzela Ngobeni. He spoke to us about the department's current projects, starting with the Green Streets initiative. The City of Joburg's Department of Transport says it is encouraging residents to embrace open streets, an international movement that explores public potential in neighborhoods where vehicular traffic gives way to people reclaiming their streets.
We are trying to inculcate the culture of sharing the road, and sharing the streets. It's not only motorists that own this street; it's also pedestrians and cyclists and people that likes to keep fit, runners and so forth. It's also business people that wants to do flea market, for example. So we are trying to change the mentality and the culture to say you can still park your car and use public transport. You can still park your car and use your bicycle. You can park your car and run on the street. So open street is really that concept to inculcate and to bring the culture of sharing this important resource, which is the road.
The department aims to engage the public on relevant information and exhibits ahead of the formal event on the 29th of May.
We are obviously not working alone as the transport department. We've got Johannesburg City Parks, also part of this concept. It's pick it up. It's also obviously part of it. It's important that we bring this type of concepts so that we can also use them to work with the community to make sure that our streets are clean, make sure that our kids are able to play in clean environment, and business as well is able to operate in an environment of cleanness as well. So all of us as different entities, as different departments, we need to play our role. And as a transport department, we thought this is the role that we can play in making sure that residents feel and that it's not only motorists that can be able to use our streets, but all of us must take ownership of it.
And what has been the response to this initiative?
We have been engaging with various stakeholders. I think the response has been great. I think the ultimate results, and it will be on the 29th of May when we do the event at Orchards, which is in the Region E. We hope that our residents will join us that day. Also all our stakeholders. We hope that the small medium enterprises will come and exhibit their creations and so we can see their talent. So we are looking forward to that day. But the response has been wonderful, and we hope that that day it will be a successful day as well.
MMC Ngobeni also spoke to us about the Avaya 1C project, which is said to be changing the face of transport in the city.
We have now signed a contract with various taxi operators. As you know, it will be operating from the CBD. It will go to Alexander up until to Sentin, and we have signed those agreements with them. Currently, we are working towards finalizing the bus operating company that will be operating on that particular route. It's going well. We want to make sure that we launched it before the end of this financial year. Latest, it should be around August, that we have our buses running on that particular route. The Louis Botha Avenue, we have had construction there for a longest time. Our residents have been patient with us, and I want to say thank you to them. Without them, we will not be able to find finality. I also want to acknowledge my predecessor, MMC Makuba. She has been championing this program since 2016. It's been difficult. The negotiations with taxi owners and taxi operators, it's not easy, but I'm happy that we've managed to find each other for the benefit of the residents of Johannesburg. Public transport is key towards our economic growth. Without it, we won't be able to grow our economy. I think so far we rely mostly on taxis as people of Johannesburg. We thank them. They've been delivering a service to our people for a longest time, But we need to diversify and give our residents and our commuters, more options. And I think the buses, it's one of that. We know very well that the rail transport is currently, in serious trouble. It needs to be brought back. And I know that PRASA and the national government are working towards that. But for now, the BRT is there. We need to make sure that we reach as many areas as possible. And this particular route is one of them. We're going to have more of these routes. I think there's already a plan to bring Ivory Park, link it with Tembisa, going towards Deep Slot. Those are future plans that are coming. But for now, we need to celebrate this particular one, 1CA, which is coming from CBD via Alexander into Sandton. And I think it's going to be marvelous.
And how far is the city with plans to create an automated fare collection system?
It has to be integrated at the end where Avaya and Metrobus can be able to use one coupon and to be able to access our buses. So the one that we are working on, particularly for Metrobus, I think it's quite important for them because we are losing a lot of money there. With our buses obviously not having this automated fare system and having to collect cash and all those things. So we want to limit that and we hope that from around next year we'll have this system running. The procurement process, I'm told, it will go up until around August this year, and from there we'll start implementing it. So we're looking forward to that being finalized and having an automated fare collection in all our buses here.
The mayoral committee member has been on the road conducting oversight visits at affected transport areas.
Really trying to claw back on the backlog that GRA has, with regards to potholes, with regards to cleaning our KIs, which is our drainage systems, and we're also looking at our traffic lights as well. Today, I'm here in Cosmo City. There's a traffic light here that was vandalized, and eventually we had to decommission it. But it's a busy intersection. We need to make sure that we find a sustainable solution. Currently, we have a stop sign here, but it's not really assisting in terms of traffic here. So, issue of vandalism is very, very critical to us. I think for the longest time we have allowed our city to be stripped, and every part of it is being stripped, from traffic lights. You see our manhole covers have been removed. Our guardrails have been taken and sold at scrapyard, shops. That issue is bigger than what we think, and it's now time that we need to take serious steps against it. And we are working towards working with the province, working with South African Police Service. We're going to establish what we call an infrastructure protection unit. It will be housed within the public safety portfolio, and we'll be working with them, with Johannesburg Water, with City Power, to fight this vandalism that is happening across our city. And we want to call our residents to join hands with us, because alone we will not be able to do it. So we need to work in partnership with our councillors, partnership with our communities in fighting it. Some of the traffic lights that are vandalized is because our residents are protesting, for example, and they take out their anger on a traffic light because they've got issues with ESCOM. So we need to resolve those kind of issues and work with them towards resolving this matter.